Hello. Hello, Bitcoiners. So I think Bitcoin is still early, but more mainstream players are starting to become involved. It's becoming the foundation of global finance. So at Blockstream, we spent the last decade building the infrastructure around Bitcoin, protocols, hardware wallets, custody, layer 2s, and our mission has remained the same throughout. Bring Bitcoin to the world with self-sovereignty, security, and scale as we go from 100 million users to 1 billion users. Today, we're taking the next step. We're announcing a new chapter for Blockstream organized around 3 core business units: Blockstream Consumer, Blockstream Enterprise, and Blockstream Asset Management, to provide services to different new sectors, the new people that are coming into Bitcoin. And I think one very interesting thing about Bitcoin is that the social layer appears to be scaling extremely well, which is to say that if you look back a few years ago, people would have wondered, how will businesses become involved, governments and politicians, and will it dilute the ethos? But actually what seems to have happened is the opposite, which is that people in all layers of company management, politics, themselves have become orange-pilled. So you see phenomena like El Salvador, where the president was actually patient zero, bringing Bitcoin into the country. So we think Bitcoin is becoming the dominant financial asset. In 2009, one day after the Bitcoin network launched, a friend of mine, Hal Finney, made the projection that Bitcoin's addressable market, the monetary premium in assets globally, was $200 trillion. So today we are a lot closer to that situation. And as I say, it's still early for Bitcoin, but the beginnings of institutional investment, of enterprise use, of companies adopting Bitcoin as a treasury asset are coming into play. And at Blockstream, we're here to provide the infrastructure to enable that. So for consumers, we are simplifying self-custody and asset management, but keeping the power user features. For businesses, we're enabling asset issuance and transfers over Bitcoin-backed infrastructure. So if you think about Bitcoin as the internet for money and internet for assets generally, it's an open fabric for financial use cases. And for investors, institutional investors initially, we're providing access to Bitcoin-focused funds and institutional-grade custody with Blockstream Asset Management. So today we're going to talk through some key parts of it. With Blockstream Consumer, our commitment is to the individual Bitcoiner and their self-sovereignty, not your keys, not your coins. So over the last decade, we've built many of the tools that make self-custody real. We're involved in the protocol level in all kinds of things, like the seed phrase standards, miniscript, PSBT. So all of those things are generally getting wider and wider adopted throughout the Bitcoin ecosystem. And we have our own building blocks within that interoperate with other Bitcoin providers. So with Jade and Green and Liquid, we're converging many of these things to work for the consumer, the enterprise, and in the longer term for financial institutions. So we're announcing today rebranding the Blockstream Green app as simply Blockstream, which will keep the ease of use, improve the onboarding, and enable more actions within the application to buy Bitcoin, stack regularly safe Bitcoin, and enable stablecoins and other use cases in there too. Blockstream Enterprise turns Bitcoin into infrastructure also. So with Liquid, powering the next generation of financial markets, you can already see actually 3.3 billion of real-world assets. I think in terms of real-world assets, like assets that people are actively investing in, trading with, or acting as the settlement layer or the digital certificate or digital share certificate for different use cases globally. These are real uses with real organic demand, so there's no kind of wrapping of assets that are still in the same user's ownership. And we're bringing enterprise custody solutions to market as well to help with treasuries, asset managers, sovereign wealth funds, backed by robust APIs like FIX and SDA integrations. At Blockstream, we take a Bitcoin-first approach. Everything we build is designed to work with Bitcoin natively without adding complexity or unnecessary dependencies. Our focus is robustness, building infrastructure that lasts. It's a long time preference. You can see that we've been in market for 10 years with a singular laser focus on Bitcoin. And we're creating a complete ecosystem so that every product connects, every layer reinforces the next, so that users, businesses, and investors can operate seamlessly on Bitcoin without fragmented solutions. If you are interested to learn more about what we've covered today, from the application architecture, enterprise custody, asset issuance, and even asset management, we're here to talk you through it. Our team is on site, including product leads, engineers, R&D team members, and indeed people from our new asset management division. So we're available to answer questions, run demos, and discuss use case. You can find us in the Expo booth 2121. Thank you very much.